Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And tonight we're going to be talking about the funeral of Miss Jacky Oh and a lot of the chatter that basically surrounded around her funeral. Now, as you guys know, I previously reported on Jacky Oh, who was the partner to DC YOUNGFLY. She was also a model, an entrepreneur, and businesswoman. She went to go get a tummy tuck, and while she went to go get a tummy tuck, she was released from her surgery. And then after that, she basically passed away from something related to the surgery. Now, the jury is still out on exactly what happened that caused her untimely demise, but she was laid to rest on Saturday, and a lot of people started to blame DC YOUNGFLY for her demise. They blamed him for her feeling insecure for wanting the surgery. And on top of that, people were not happy with the speech that he gave. And on top of his speech that he gave, people was even more feeling some type of way because of the speech that her father gave as well. There started to be a lot of people to say that he sacrificed her, that they felt like he didn't love her. There was so much chatter going on as it pertains to this. Now, if you go on Facebook right now and you type in the search DC YOUNGFLY sacrificed, and there are tons and tons and tons of posts of people saying and claiming that he sacrificed her. If you type in, he was basically trending after the funeral for a while. So I'm going to show you some of the chatter that people are talking about, and then we're going to go into this funeral, and I'm going to share with you guys what people felt about that as well. So this is Facebook right here, and this is kind of some of the results that come up if you type in DC YOUNGFLY sacrifice. Now, this picture that you see in this post is a post, the first top post is a post that he posted on April 26th. So this post right here is what people are saying is the nail in the coffin that proves that he must have sacrificed her. Child, the internet is a wild place, but y'all already know. So he posted this post right here, and in the caption it says, "Gotta stay grinding," which means sacrificing and discipline. What are you willing to do or stop so you can be comfortable for a lifetime? Okay, so this post right here has been shared 2,000 times, and it has almost 1,000 comments, and most of them are now saying that this is proof that he must have sacrificed her. Now, if you go further and you read through some of the comments, as you see right here, it says, "They sacrificing these women, more and more women dying the same way Kanye mom died. Complication on the doctor table." Then the next person says, "DC YOUNGFLY sacrificed his wife and Hitman Holla tried back in 2021. These ends both work for Wildin' Out. Ain't no coincidence. DC YOUNGFLY sacrificed that girl. Can't nobody tell me nothing different. Listen, for real, not for nothing. I ain't seen my boy sad one moment. OMG, got me looking at DC YOUNGFLY like he must have sacrificed his BM for the fame. I'm just saying." Okay? Another person says, "Y'all, why this girl trying to argue with me because I said I'm going to delete everybody who keeps saying DC YOUNGFLY sacrificed his baby mama? Like, how you mad I feel how I feel? Ain't even my friend on here, but keep writing me, laughing my A off." This is just some of the combo. So I guess they said, "But I'm sure you knew what's important to him. These conquer bandits will sleep with other males. Fame will," well, she was going crazy. This person, DC YOUNGFLY sacrificed his wife. And it just goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on of people who are, if they're not saying that he sacrificed her, there are people like this person right here who is defending him and saying that they're sick of hearing this narrative that he sacrificed her and things like that. So what got people is a lot of people felt like he didn't show a lot of emotion.
YOUNGFLY. Baby mama dead at 30. Plastic surgery. Whose other mother died? Kanye mother died.
Okay, so this is another person with the conspiracy saying that he sacrificed her. Y'all don't want to talk about it, but I think DC YOUNGFLY sacrificed his wife. Man, so I'm looking at DC YOUNGFLY page, and he never even acknowledged his wifey that y'all keep talking about. Like, not even the caption of the family photo that y'all keep sharing. All I'm gonna say is the truth to the industry-ish. They got a price to pay and a sacrifice to make, and he chose his. Okay? And this person says, social media investigators at it again. Everyone's saying DC YOUNGFLY sacrificed his kid's mother just because he's a celebrity. Meanwhile, it's regular males out here dismembering their entire family, and y'all don't bat an eye. And she said a word, child. A word was definitely said. Okay? So let's move on over to the actual funeral. I'm going to share with you guys the video from the funeral. Now, DC YOUNGFLY, he goes first, and then immediately after DC YOUNGFLY does his speech at the funeral, then her father gets up and he does his speech. Now, a lot of people felt some type of way about the father as well. I posted up a post on my Instagram, and it was of somebody on Facebook, and they were basically like, listen, while y'all are talking about the father, y'all tripping about DC YOUNGFLY when Jacky Oh's father's speech had the audience like, okay? And then he shared a video of the father. People felt like he made it about him, and he made it about his love for, you know, her being like, you know, biracial, or him loving white women. They felt like it wasn't about her at all, and you know, all of that. So I'm just gonna share with you guys the video and get your thoughts on what you guys think, and I'll tell you guys my thoughts about it after that. So let me try to get to DC YOUNGFLY. Okay, so he's coming up right after this girl right here. So let me pull up her her funeral.
Yo, what's happening? They know how I get down. Oh, nah. I know you want to say something, but hold tight, baby. I love you. I'll let you speak in a minute. Hold tight. Oh, man. Y'all been following us and following me for a long time. You know one thing, man. I'm God-fearing. I'm a super God-fearing. And before I speak, I pray that God grant me the energy to convey whatever message that I need to tell y'all, so we can all have a total understanding. You know, it was hard for me to get my thoughts together and my words and my emotions so I could speak at one time. But you know, as days went by, I got better, because I was remembered in Genesis, the life of Joseph. One thing about my boy Joseph is he never complained. And if you read Genesis, and if you're a man of the word, like you say, Father, we Hebrew, so you know, I know you wanted me to throw that out there. Shalom, brother. If you read, I like that Genesis teach you first about Joseph before they break it off into any other story, because if you're paying attention, Joseph is getting hit constantly with obstacle and obstacle and obstacle and obstacle. And if you really read deeper and you understand, Joseph ain't never said, why me, God? And if you're a firm believer, then you know if God got, you know, his hands on you, then you know we're going to be straight. And that's one thing I know, that we gonna be straight, you know. Do we understand? No. No. But I don't lead by the flesh, I lead by the spirit. And you know, sometimes life hits you with a curveball, but you know, that's for anybody out here that's going through something, man. So you got to stick it through, man. You know, I don't really care for the applause. I just want you to get the message. You got to stick it through no matter what you're going through in life, man. Because somebody always going through something worse than you. And guess what? We here today, but somebody going through burying 3-4 folks at the same time. But we got to understand what she did and her input in what she did on this earth, man. She made sure our kids was loving each other. They praying. I'm talking about at a young age. I don't even know what Nana be saying, but she praying. And you know, I sit here and tell you, anybody, man, if you're going through it with anybody, man, just problem is really small, man. The problem is really small, man. You always want to have a good relationship with any and everybody. Don't matter what's going on in life, just make sure the relationship is good. You dig what I'm saying? And if for those who know me, they know I got a great spirit. I be smiling and I give support and I try to uplift you in all type of ways, just because I feel good when other people feel good around me. So when I really be saying I be taking energy from people, I be dead serious. If you happy, I'm over there soaking up the energy. And if you bad, I'm going this way. But that's just how I am, because I know as a human being, I wouldn't be able to deal with none of y'all. As a human being. But since I know God got me, I'm willing to put up with y'all. And if we got to be the example, if we got to be the example for everybody else, or for anybody that's going through something, I'm here to tell you, man, look, y'all was probably feeling for us and swearing that we ain't know what he was gonna do, his mind gone crazy. Listen, man, I've been dealing with trauma all my life, man. It just so happened this is new to me because I never had a rib to leave me. But I'm here to tell you, as a firm believer, man, God makes no mistakes. Don't question nothing. Don't even question what we going through. Because we're going to go through it and get through it, because my God is going to give us the strength to get through it. You dig what I'm saying? But most importantly, that this entire family needs is prayer. Pray for us, man. Send good energy our way. This ain't hard, but it sure ain't easy. Dig what I'm saying? Because it ain't. It ain't. And for those who see me, y'all know I pray a lot. Because life is real. And if I didn't pray a lot, I wouldn't be able to deal with it. But I'm sitting here strong, letting you know, chin up, chest out, that I'm straight. My kids, we good. Because like I said, we led by the spirit and not by the flesh. Are we hurt? Yes. We're human. We got emotions. My children know God is real. Ain't that right, baby? Don't you know that? Don't you know we God-fearing? Ain't mama with us? Ain't we gonna keep going? Know that. And I want everybody in here, if you don't take nothing from today, man, I don't care whatever you going through in life, listen, man, find your relationship with God. She had a beautiful soul. She was a great mother. I'm talking about super great mother. Super great mother. Super great mother. And we're going to continue that. We're going to continue that love. And if y'all ain't in that book, get in that book. Read Genesis. Understand the life of Joseph. Joseph going to teach you some things. Because it don't matter wherever Joseph laid his feet, God made him in charge. And Jack, you know I love you, girl. You know. You know. But you know, we here, baby. We here. Like you said, it feel like a dream. Feel like a fairy tale, but you know, hey man, this ain't no fairy tale. And if Joseph didn't complain, I won't either. I love y'all, appreciate y'all. And I seen every post, I seen every message, even though I ain't had the energy to text back, but look, that kept me up too. Just knowing that y'all knew I was God-fearing and y'all seen it early, so I say, so y'all be paying attention then. So you know it ain't me. And if you know I had God before, you think, what? What you think now? What? So when you see me, please understand, man. When you see me, please understand that it's not me. I don't have the energy or strength to deal with none of you. When you see me, when a smile is on my face and I'm kicking it and I'm happy, the higher power granted me the strength to continue to keep going. I love you, Jack. These kids are beautiful, man. God granted us strength to have 3. You know, I was trying to have 7 more. She gonna beat me up for that one. But I love you, girl. And I want our kids to understand that you had a beautiful soul. And you didn't leave us. You in heaven. Your spirit is with us. You still here. And we got an amazing support system. We got a beautiful support system. Because they came out. We love you. Everybody in here, keep God first. And always remember, listen, do not complain. You may have a valid reason to lose your mind, but that don't mean it's right. Because I got a valid reason to go buck wild, but that's not gonna get me and my children and my family nowhere. They gotta see the strength so it can be instilled in them. My kids got strength. That's why I'm able to stand today. My baby Nala looked at me and said, Daddy, what's wrong? I ain't even say nothing. She looked at me and said, don't worry. She don't even know what's going on. Nala came in and said, Nova came in and said, Daddy, I'm happy. The Spirit moved in me and said, man, if my children happy, then I'm happy. And if they can do it, I can do it. And if Joseph can do it, we can do it. So keep God first, y'all. I love y'all.
All right, so right after his speech was the father. But before I go to the father, I'm going to read to you some of the stuff that people were saying under social media about his version of what he presented. And then I'm going to tell you my honest opinion about it. So let me go to my IG and read off some of this messages. Okay, so somebody posted and they said, hold on, let me make this bigger. Watch how big DC YOUNGFLY about to be now. He sacrificed his kid's mama. Pay attention. Another person says, DC YOUNGFLY sacrificed that girl and can't nobody tell me no different. They sacrificing these women. This person says, when Lauren London went to Nipsey's funeral speaking clear and concise, you called her strong and brave. When DC YOUNGFLY went to Jacky Oh's funeral and tried to smile through his pain, you're accusing him of not loving her. Miserable. You are effing miserable. Another person says, the way y'all are dissecting DC YOUNGFLY's demeanor after losing his wife isn't weird to y'all. Everybody grieved differently, and that doesn't happen immediately. He has to be strong, and I guess for the kids. Another person says, DC YOUNGFLY's speech was very off. I'm sorry. That weird hip thrusting at her coffin, making jokes about more babies, the lack of emotion, the speak was distant and literally could have been an open mic script. Very off. I'm sorry. Another person says, DC YOUNGFLY did not love Jacky O. He may have had love for her, but didn't love her. Perhaps that's why he stuck 3 babies in her, but never married her and didn't even cry at the funeral. Another person says, I don't know if Jacky O had any brothers, but somebody should have told DC YOUNGFLY to step outside after the service was over. Okay, so that's just a few of the comments in the chatter that was left on social media. Now, I'm going to show you what her father had to say, but I'm going to just give you guys my honest opinion about it. Now, I'm a person, I'm not sure if you guys know or not, but I have lost a lot of family members. I have been to a lot of funerals. One of my really, really good, like very close friends passed away. My favorite uncle passed away. My favorite cousin, 2 of them passed away, who was like brothers to me. My grandmother passed away. My auntie passed away. One of my cousins was murdered. I have been to a lot of funerals. I have lost a lot of people that are close to me. And what I realized on social media is there are a lot of people who have not really dealt with loss of a loved one to know how they would be. A lot of people, because I had a friend one time and she made a comment to me straight out, and she was basically saying that she was like, I don't know how, you're able to be so strong. Like, the only person that I've ever lost was my grandmother, and we kind of expected my grandmother to pass because of her old age. So we really, we were sad that she passed, but it really wasn't that. And then she was talking to me about how I've literally lost so many people that was like super close to me. When I look at some of the comments on social media, I think a lot of the comments come from people who, number one, they already think automatic. If it's a celebrity and a death, they automatically think it's a sacrifice no matter what. Then there's people who don't really have a lot of experience going to funerals. Now, just my experience, a lot of times when you dealing with the death of a loved one, sometimes you don't even want it to be real. You don't want it to be real. In your mind, you like numb. You're going through the process of, getting to the funeral. Your phone is ringing off the hook. So many people are calling you. And a lot of people are like, are you good? You need anything? Are you good? You need anything? You good? And you're constantly going. You're in zombie mode. You're making funeral arrangements. You're gathering pictures. You're trying to do the arrangements. You're barely getting sleep. And you're just going to the fact that it's not even real for you at that moment. After you close that casket and you go home to that empty house, your phone stop ringing. That's a lot of times when it starts to sink in that this is real. Okay? A lot of times it never fails. Anytime there is a death in my family, your phone will ring. Because people, number one, they trying to be nosy, find out what happened, ask you if you're okay, ask if you need any help with the funeral. Once that funeral is over and everybody goes home, them phone calls cease. The help that people claim that they gonna give you, the help that people say that they gonna lend you, cease. So at that moment, and he's a celebrity, so I'm sure there are people who more than the average person are willing to lend him a helping hand just for the fact of being associated with a celebrity and being able to say, oh, I was there for him during this time. The average person, after all of that settles in, the people, you realize the people who said they're going to be there for you, the people who extended their, condolences and acted like they had your back, they're not really there. That's when it really sits in and you realize, damn, this is real. This is something real. I remember, child, I want to cry. But I remember my situation where, it was one of my closest friends, like one of my best friends, she passed, right? And the whole funeral, it just didn't seem real. Like the way that her family was handling it, the way that like nobody cared to like pay for her to be at the thing. I'm sitting here, I'm trying to grind and hustle and try to raise money so that she could have a proper funeral, and the family, they ain't even really, it's like, where's the money that we trying to hustle up? Where's it going to? And so I remember like, I didn't even like really cry throughout that time. I'm sitting up, I'm trying to like make decorations and do stuff. And I remember, child, I don't want to cry. No, let me not. I don't want to cry. Child. Okay, let me just go and show the dad because, let me go to the dad. Because, child, I do not want to be crying and carrying on. But I just say that to say, although, everybody's entitled to their opinion about how they view stuff, it's really hard to tell how somebody feel about something just from, seeing a snippet of a funeral. At funerals that I've been to and things like that, I have been at funerals where it's like everybody crying, everybody sad. It's like a sad moment. And then out of nowhere, one of my cousins or somebody, they'll get up there and they'll crack a joke, and it kind of like just like ease the tension, in the funeral. So I don't know. I just wanted to say, my side of things or whatever. But let's hear what the dad had to say, because the dad also had a lot of people wondering what he was talking about. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of understood DC's speech a little more than I did the dad. The dad, he did totally, lose me now. Like, I was like, I really didn't know what the father was talking about. Like, the father definitely threw me for a loop. Thank you for the super chat. I'm not, child. I'm not gonna cry. So that's why I gotta just change. I just gotta keep on going with my commentary and keep it going. But what I'm saying is, so I understood DC's a little bit more. I didn't really feel like it was as crazy as some people felt like, again, because I've been through so many funerals and I've seen how people will be strong at the funeral and then you'll see them later just broke down. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I've experienced that, and I just wanted to, give my opinion. However, now, as it pertains to the father, he kind of lost me. I'm going to be honest. He kind of, I was like, what? Huh? He kind of lost me. So
I am Jacqueline's daddy and mama.
Okay, so he said, I am Jacqueline's daddy and mama.
The Bible says, Lord, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be holy and acceptable sight. I'd like to share with everybody, I thank everybody for coming out and showing your support and love for my daughter, Jacqueline Marie Smith. Before I say this, I don't know nothing about the Bible, but in Romans chapter 13, this is for the peace officers. I'm a peace officer myself. It says that every soul shall be subject to the higher power. That's what the Bible says. I think I would suggest that every police officer in the world put Romans chapter 13 on there. It says that we are not a terror to good works, but to evil. To leave that right there. I'd like to share a moment in the X and Bat family. A few years ago, my daughter, Brooke, and they would always do this throughout the years, wondering, who is Daddy's favorite baby? Who's the favorite? And my daughter, Brooke, would tell Jacqueline, oh, I'm Daddy's favorite. Oh, I'm the favorite. You know, and Jacqueline said, no, I'm the favorite. Let's ask him. All of my baby bats are the favorite. Yes, Jacqueline was my first favorite because she was my first baby. But as all the babies came into the bat family, once you become a bat with an X, you're my favorite. I like to say, did you know that humans have 3 brains? You have a brain in your head, you have a brain in your heart, and you have a brain in your stomach. I know it sounds strange, but it's true. Look at that. See if it's true. Look it up. I don't know nothing about it. But there are a lot of things that have been going on in the world. And I think it's about this race stuff. And I like to tell the world this day, the master teacher.
To the person saying, did I know about her second funeral? Yes. They're having it in Elk Grove, California, and it's not tomorrow, it's on the 17th. They're having it. The father, he actually called into he didn't call in. A YouTuber got his number, called him, and the dad was talking to this YouTuber. I think it's his YouTube channel is Paperwork Party. And he talked about how he was having her a second funeral, how it's only right to do 2 funerals, how DC YOUNGFLY felt like she only needed the 1 funeral, but he wanted to do 2 funerals. And I'll talk about more about that in a second. But yes, I am aware that there's another funeral, but it's not tomorrow. It's the 17th, I believe.
His name is Minister X, peace be upon him. He says that Adam and Eve were not black people. Adam and Eve were not white people. Let's look, if you will, go with me back in your mind to Genesis chapter 1 at verse 26. I don't know nothing about the Bible, but it reads, Yah says, let us make man in our image, after our likeness. And he used the dirt, and the dirt is brown, to make Adam. Now, I don't know if you guys know anything about science, but on your DNA strand, all that is a series of information, and it can't produce anything other than what's on that information. That's science. If Adam and Eve were two black people, everybody on the planet would be black. If Adam and Eve were two white people, everybody on the planet would be white. Where did these white people come from? Where did these black people come from? Go with me. Yes, Adam used, or Yah used the dirt. The dirt is brown. Adam had hair, wool, brown eyes, and brown skin. What did he use to make Eve? That's Genesis chapter 2, verse 21. He took her rib, or Adam's rib. Okay. Eve.
They like, bruh, you getting off topic. Time. They patted him to let him know, like, come on now. Wrap it up.
Her ribs are pinkish. Eve was a white woman. If you're looking at the material, unless God is a racist, he wouldn't have changed the material. And he took it from Adam's rib. Ribs are curved. So, here we go. There's a dream in the land with his back against the wall. By many a strange in names, it is sometimes called. There are those who claim this dream never to be mauled. Now that's a sin, as we all stand tall. To claim the dream for one is to claim the dream for all. It's the master teacher. Thank you.
All right. If you guys want to see the full stream of her entire funeral, you can go on Facebook to type in Jackson Memorial Baptist Church, and on their feed you can see the whole funeral. Now, after the DC YOUNGFLY was the topic, then there was a person who, like I said, they were like, okay, y'all talking about DC YOUNGFLY, like y'all tripping, like look at the dad, like what's that about, you know? And they were saying, you know, he's the one who had the audience like, you know, confused, you know? And so somebody commented and they said, so he took the time he had at his 32-year-old daughter's untimely death funeral, who happens to be the mother of 3 children, to biblically justify his affinity for white and mixed women by saying Adam was black because he was made from brown dirt and Eve was a white woman because she came from Adam's rib and ribs are pink. Yeah, this world is getting weirder and weirder and more effed up by the minute. Okay, and there was a ton of comments also under that thread as well. Now, I'm going to tell you my honest opinion about the dad. Now, I feel like he is, just looking at it, it's like one of those people who are really, really, really into the Bible. Now, I know his tagline is, oh, I don't know much about that. Like, oh, I don't know much about the Bible. He do. He knows everything about the Bible. Okay? And so I think that looking at it, and especially looking at the interview that he didn't even really do an interview. He did a conversation that was recorded with Paperwork Party on YouTube. Listening to that conversation with him and that YouTuber, he was saying, I don't know much about it. And then the YouTuber would like throw out a scripture or say something about the Bible. And then he would tell him exactly what chapter, what verse, what scripture. The YouTuber would say something else that happened that he heard happen in the Bible. And then he would tell him exactly what chapter, what verse, and he would tell them exactly what the scripture said, and like it was to the T. So I think that he's one of those people who's like super, super, super in the Bible. He appears to be a Hebrew Israelite, which is odd because I thought Hebrew Israelites were pro-black. Pro-black meaning like for the advancement of the black community and only date black women. And I thought like Hebrew Israelites were like, like for the people. That's what I thought Hebrew Israelites were. Maybe I really don't know. I don't know because he like the woman that he's with now is a white woman. But what I gathered from it is like he's one of those people that's super, super in the Bible. Like he lived his life through scripture and through the Bible. So naturally, when he gave his speech, it was based on the Bible and what he felt like was relevant to share and what he felt like was a relevant gem, I guess. It seemed weird because I'm not a religious person like that. Like, and it seems like, like what, But in the interview or the conversation that he did, and thank you to Tawana for the donation. She said, as it appears that poor young lady was surrounded by lunatics. Thank you for the super chat. In addition to that, somebody said, what's wrong with the Bible, though? You're confusing. I never said nothing was wrong with the Bible. You can be a person who know about So first of all, there are two different things that we're talking about here. You could be a person, and I have a cousin like this. Like, you have people who indulge in things in moderation. And then you have people who indulge in things obsessively, like in excess. Like, I have a cousin who she is either not going to church and doing worldly things, or if she goes to church, it's in excess. Like, it's obsessive. Like, she's there. She's at church Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. She's there like everything is the church this, the church that. And like she can't have like a normal conversation without like church. And it's like, hey, I'm just, how you doing? Like there are some people who are into religion, and then there are people who are really, really like their whole life, everything is this, that. Y'all get what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Like, he seems like one of the people who everything is centered around that. Everything is, master teacher and got to give the word, and everything is like that. Like, y'all get what I'm saying. Nobody is saying nothing wrong with the Bible, but there are people who do it in excess. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, in the conversation with paperwork, he also revealed that he felt like there was foul play involved in his daughter's passing. So after they were talking about different scriptures and things like that, he then told him that she was healthy and that he felt like foul play was involved.
I got to go get this important paper. And but you have my number, I have your number, and we'll share again. Do you have any more questions?
Oh no, basically I just wanted to know we're gonna be making a request to the to get the 911 call in order to get that. If we need, and also with the medical examiner, if we need you to sign off on anything, would you be willing to?
Well, I have an attorney right now, and I would run everything through him.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
All right, but yeah, we just because we're looking into it, and like I said, we actually believe it was foul play, and
no, we know for a fact it's already foul play because whether this or that, she was a healthy young woman, and now she died after coming out of his oven.
No,
I mean,
right.
Ray Charles can tell you, yeah, that nigga. Yeah. Anyways, I don't know nothing about it. So.
All right. So that was just a quick snippet. Somebody said that don't shout out the YouTuber. I don't know his content. This is the first time that I ever seen his channel when people started sending me this. I don't know nothing about the YouTuber, so I can't vouch for what he do to people or not do. I have no idea about him. I just, if I seen something, I source where I seen it at. That's simply that, you know. And I seen him have a conversation with her father, so I have to source where I seen it at. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, some of you guys said open up the lines. Let me open up the lines and get you guys' opinion. Y'all let me know what y'all feel about it. So despite how I feel, I want y'all to give you guys' honest opinion on what y'all feel. Do you feel like this was a sacrifice? Do you feel like this was a normal situation where a man is just grieving his partner? I want to hear from you guys. A couple of you guys wanted to speak, so I will open the floor for you and allow you guys to speak. So let me pull that up right now and allow some of y'all to speak. Somebody said, y'all claim every celebrity that died is sacrifice. You don't know when God is taking one from this earth. Y'all act like y'all know death dates. Yeah, I will agree that people got to stop thinking that every single celebrity death is a sacrifice, because it's like, I'm a person, I just told y'all how many people in my life passed away, and this is before I even became any type of YouTuber, and I damn for sure ain't benefited off of nobody's death and got no success from it or anything. People pass away, you know, God, and stuff happens. Now, not saying that nothing is weird or suspicious, but you know. Somebody said, I feel she was sacrificed. Just watch how he comes up in movie deals. All right, well, click the link. Let me know what y'all think. Let me pin the link as well. If you haven't liked the video, make sure you hit like to the video. Make sure you share the video as well. And let's hear what y'all think. I got a couple of minutes. I'm going to open up the floor. You know, we going to end at 59, okay? So we got a good 12 minutes that we could chit-chat, you know, about this, and then we're going to end the stream. But I want to know what you guys think, y'all. A lot of people are saying sacrifice, sacrifice, sacrifice. They feel he was sacrificed. I didn't say that I was a celebrity, Miss Mamas. You said, yeah, you need to do some more research, Nick, because it's sacrifice. You can't compare your normal life to a celebrity when you're not a celebrity. Shaking my head, child. Girl, like I said, I first of all, I never said I was a celebrity. I'm saying that I said that to say, as a regular person, people die every day. I report on women dying every day, and the people that I report on and I do stories on are not celebrities, and they're dying. And just like those people have a death date, these people who have fame also have a death date. Now, again, not saying that all situations aren't suspicious. Again, you could feel how you feel, but girl, don't try it. Do not try it, sweetie. Pam?
I'm sorry. I had to just try not to get so emotional.
Okay.
I personally met Miss Jacky Oh here in Atlanta, and all I'm gonna say is that type of world that she was in. I see the comments where people say her dad is crazy, and even comments about how DC was acting. For Jacky, I would just say this, like, it takes a lot to be in that world, especially when you have that personality that Miss Jacky Oh had. And with her personality, I don't know if anybody's seen her page and how she was with her children and how she was to people. Because for me personally, she would do anything for, you know, like if she was a friend, she was a friend to the end, no matter what. Like I've seen her where even when I met her, it was her and her daughter, just her and her daughter Nova. This was years ago before she had to let the other two kids.
Mm-hmm.
She was very, how can I say? I'm trying not to call no names out because I saw who she was with. She was very just mother, hands-on, but one thing I noticed about her, she was independent in a way. She didn't need, because I know you guys see it. I mean, people don't want to talk about it, but it was not to the point where she leaned on DC. It was, if DC didn't go, if he was on the road or whatnot. One thing about Jacky, she gonna do what needs to be done, no matter what, for her kids, no matter what needs to be done. And I just hate the fact how she passed and how those so-called people in that circle, and out of the respect for your platform, Neek, I'm not going to say the names, but the names of the people that people have been talking about, these so-called celebrities and influencers, because that's all I'm going to say with them. To me, they were not a real friend. They were not a real friend, because a real friend, you're going to tell somebody, okay, maybe you don't need to do this. Maybe you need to think about this and this and that. Because with Jacky, this wasn't her first operation. And with Jacky, this wasn't her first cosmetic surgery. And when I met her,
you think her as a grown woman would listen to a friend if that's something that she really wanted to do?
I think based off of Jacky, how she was raised, Jacky was going to do what she want to do. But it comes to a point where you have to be very careful of the circle you have around you, because sometimes the circle can be an influence. That's why I respect you, Nick. That's why I look at you, and I say this with Jacky, like she motivated me before she passed and after she passed. After she passed, she motivated me not to get surgery. She motivated me to be happy. And even with DC, what he said in the funeral, you don't complain no matter what. And that goes for, you complain about your looks, you complain about this, you complain about what somebody says, you complain, oh, well, I'm going to do this no matter what. Sometimes you have to take into light of the bigger picture, like, especially if you have children, especially if you have to take note of the bigger things in life, because once you have a child, everything else, I know some people might disagree with what I'm going to say, but everything else steps to the side. Your child comes first.
All right, we're gonna let you give your final word.
And I'm gonna just say, my prayers go out to the families on both sides, and my prayers also goes out. And I don't know if you're gonna save this part. I'm not gonna curse or anything, but my prayers also goes out, and I don't know if anybody knows of this, to the Whiteside family of Jacqueline, who has not said anything and did not even go to the funeral in Georgia. And I don't know if they're going to go to the funeral in California, but it's just kind of, it's kind of just ironic that there to me, it's still no closure. And I'm going to just leave it at that.
All right. Gina?
Yeah.
Hey.
Hi, Nick.
What's your thoughts?
My thoughts is, yes, DC's whole thing seemed odd. It just seemed like it was like lights, cameras, action. Why did they do it online? Why you ask for privacy and then you do a funeral on live streaming? I don't get that. A lot of people will say, which I get too, I lost my mother and my sister at the beginning of the COVID. So a lot of people lost people. In death, you handle it different. It's because you still gotta live, you still gotta handle business. So, you can't just be breaking down anywhere and everywhere. Sometimes I found my times of grieving when it was late night after my niece was asleep. I was able to cry, get my cry out. Sometimes it was like in a car driving, listening to a certain song will come on. But you don't always just grieve like right on point like an actor can act. You know what I'm saying? Like people, like how people might want you to grieve, but like even with the father's little speech, that can also be summed up to he's grieving. You ain't in your right frame of mind 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it just didn't even seem real with your friend. It don't seem real with none of us. But I didn't know Jackie. I don't know DC. I can't even say I even known of her until she died. But I knew of DC. I can't say she was a good mother. I can't say nothing about this girl. I know nothing about her. And being that I only know what I've known so far is just on TV. I ain't never been and and ate dinner with her or rode in no car with her. I can't say nothing about her character, but I know what I've heard a lot of things. And, you know, one thing I can say is a lot of these people who are on the internet and following these stars, they really follow them. They invest a lot of time following these stars to the point where they can pinpoint and recognize and notice things that you don't notice if you're not invested in them. And people have been noticing that he's been really distant from her for like the past month. I've heard he didn't give her money. So yeah, she was independent
all right.
I heard.
We're going to wrap it up. Right there. Because you just said you don't know nothing about her. You didn't know about her till she was passed.
Yeah.
You about to go on a whole tangent about stuff. Okay? Bye.
All right, man.
Bye. All right. Happy?
Yes, hi.
Hey.
Hi, Nick. Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me up. Yeah, condolences to all of her family and friends. As far as the sacrifice thing goes, I mean, a lot of people are saying that that's their thing.
And I don't want y'all to feel censored because I got that one person together. If y'all feel like she was sacrificed, y'all more than
No. I'm just saying a lot of people think that. Me personally, yeah, they were not together. I don't know why people think they were together. You know what I mean? They weren't in a relationship as far as, okay, well, anyway, but their relationship was always somewhat like that anyway.
I think
you get what I'm saying?
Before she died, like 2 weeks before that, they had a whole family photo shoot. So where you get that they wasn't together at?
Yeah. Photo shoot and all of that was cool, but they were not together. And that's just the bottom line. They were not boyfriend, girlfriend. They weren't fiance, none of that. But also, I don't think it was a sacrifice. I think everybody knew that she was sick, and this is the way they chose to lay it out to the world. And she decided to do it on her own terms, if y'all understand what I mean. She went and did what she did. That's why this whole whatever. I know other reports came out and said that she had underlying health issues, but then you hear the dad saying that, oh, well, the doctor was still negligent and or whatever else. But yeah, I just think she, like everybody saying, oh my gosh, her relationship with God, all this other stuff. And so recent, oh yeah, it's like she knew. Everybody's saying all that right now. This is coming from her close friends and DC himself, right? Anyway, I just think she just basically did it on her own terms. She had enough. Everybody saying it was a sacrifice. I think she just went out on her own terms. They call it what they want. I believe she was sick, and she dealt with it the way she dealt with it, and that's why she was away from everybody and all alone. Come on now.
All right. Well, thank you, Happy.
I don't believe that. She never went anywhere just by herself. So yeah, that's pretty hard to believe. I mean, I don't believe it. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Zanye.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi, Nika Knight. Thank you for having me on.
What's your thoughts?
So I've been watching a lot of stuff about it lately. And, her personality, it appears that her personality was really sweet. She was on a panel with all of her friends, her closest friends, and she was very giving, loving, motherly. and there for him. And then so I'm just going to base it off of behavior that I see. And so if you watch some of his clips and just how he was a lot more stern than she was, a lot more opinionated. He may have talked about her in a negative way, but showed it in a joking manner. And so it looked like they had some issues in their relationship, communication. And I've also been watching something else, and it's like a psychic. Her name is Miss Sam. I don't know. I've caught her channel, but the way she explains it,
a psychic, you said?
It is. It's a psychic, or a tarot read. Well, I guess it's both. But the way she explains their relationship is, yes, they had some financial issues. Yes, she wanted to get the makeover. She had lower self-esteem, so she kind of wanted to fix her body. Something that he kind of encouraged because of the way he talked about her. But basically, it wasn't the actual surgery that kind of caused her death. It was something else, and I'll leave it at that.
And that's what the psychic said?
Let's just add some additional things as well.
Y'all
but
basically, I don't mean to be funny, but y'all really be believing these YouTube psychics? Like, y'all really be like watching their videos and y'all really be believing them?
It's just how she says it. It's a ton of YouTube psychics, but it's how this lady describes it, how it comes up. It's just, it makes a lot of sense. And then I went back and looked at everything and I'm like, oh, okay. But what she's saying is not what you can gather from what you're looking at. It's completely different information, but it makes sense. So yes, I did get caught up in looking at it.
Might as well say it.
Say it again.
Somebody in the chat said you brought it up, so you might as well say it.
Oh no, you can go and watch it. It's Miss Sam. Yep.
All righty.
All right. It was chemical. I'll say that.
Okay.
All right. Good night.
Devil M. Hello?
Hello.
Okay, I feel like you trolling. Okay, Yusuf is the last caller. Hey, Yusuf.
Hey, boo, I was sitting here eating. Oh, my God. Listen, I'm trying so hard. Listen, Night Owls, please forgive me. Okay, Neat? I'm not going to snap, but I'm telling you now, I'm gonna go live afterwards and do the after party, if that's okay, because I'm going to let a little bit more loose.
Okay,
I'm going to be nice right here and say my condolence, sir. It's sad, and that's horrible. She seemed like she was a nice young lady, but boy, was he a piece of trash. And what Azalea Banks said, that it was his karma. I agree. I agree that it was his karma, and I'm going to say this nicely. At the end of the day, he encouraged all of that. We seen the live streams of him talking about that girl, talking about how her titties was lopsided. That's why she went to go get them fixed. And she's having a mommy maker over. After every time that they're having babies, she's having a baby for him. So they go down and have a mommy makeover after giving new life for him. So he's the one who's encouraging her and making her feel like she wasn't looking right and she was funny looking and ill built and all of this stuff. And then he took back.
I put you on the screen, by the way, but go ahead.
What you say, boo? I'm behind your head.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, all right now. Well, listen, I'm sorry. I just got to eat some nachos. Now, listen, that dad was Dusty. Dusty in Christ. Okay? And so that's the stuff of don't be a menace. You know, oh, the black man is king. Better get you a snow bunny. All of that. That was some white obsessed type of stuff going on at that funeral. And for him to take that opportunity right there at the eulogy to get up there and talk about race politics and want to come point the finger at black people talking about Eve is white. And so we can already see where DC gets these type of complexities from in his mind. It's sort of like how we saw Tory Lanez and we see how he's a Canadian because of his father. You see, they're breeding this dust. Okay. And so I did want to say that I thought that he was trash. The dad was trash. I knew he was a white lover when he first came out. And talking about Eve is a white woman anyway. Eve ain't no Becky. All right. And so they used to They sitting there using this as a joke, as an opportunity for comedy, right? Comedy is what? A joke. It's not real. That's what they always say when they're offending people. It wasn't real. It was just a joke. So he's not even thinking of it as real. But Nick, you did say the right thing. Like how people grieve differently. We don't take it on until later. We might not feel it right at first. So I give you that. And I give him that. But at the end of the day, he was still dust. And he did sacrifice her in a way like this. Not literally, I'll sacrifice her to the Illuminati, but I'm going to sacrifice the way that I treat her. I'm going to sacrifice the way that I love for her, the way that I look out for her, the way that I encourage her and uplift her. A lot of these dusties act like the black woman ain't enough for them, but they get with these non-black women and treat them just as dustily. And so, ironically, he was left a single dust. And so I think that that's interesting. I'm gonna cut this short because I know it's already over here. They all sitting there ready to breathe themselves out, and he wanted to use comedy, and it's not real. He think that he's Cat Williams. That was annoying too. Now think about the B. Simone chick. B. Simone, she's another person, colorist, self-hating, wish she was and wish she wasn't. And now she's so-called besties with her. That tell me all I need to know too. They was all putting her up on the pedestal. And now they're putting her in the ground. And I'm gonna leave it alone, but I'll do the after party. The after party show when Nick end this. I'm gonna be live over there because I'm gonna snap out and disrespect everybody involved.
All right. So we gonna end on that note. Y'all let me know what y'all think down below. I don't know what to say after that. Y'all know Yusuf crazy. But yeah, I don't want y'all to censor yourselves on how y'all feel. If y'all feel like you know how y'all feel like it is what it is. It's just I didn't like that particular comment because sometimes people be they be trying to say little slick stuff, So it's like you can feel how you feel about the topic, but when they be trying to do like little slick digs, that's when I gotta. Baby girl, let's not play with it. Let's not play with it. They said where the after party at? I think on Yusuf's channel. His channel is Ratchet TV or Ratchet Today. Yusuf, YUSEF, and then it's Ratchet Today, I think. I think that's his channel. But all right, y'all. I'll catch y'all later.